Hey everybody, it's Jeff. This is a quick market report. I've been watching the Stacks Bowers auctions, and today I don't know what's going on, but there's definitive weakness in the market, the coin market especially, and the outside markets, the equity markets have been extremely volatile. I don't know if that's shaking people up. The biggest weakness is in the all quarters. The Barber quarters just went for dirt cheap prices, and right now I'm going to talk about the Washington quarters because one of the all-time finest, the Washington Rainbows PCGS registry set, sold today. All of them were listed from 32 Philly all the way to 64 Denver, and they were pretty much top pop or near top pop all across the board. And oh, it was ugly. I'm only going to show you a sample because obviously they're just an absolute ton of quarters, but you'll see a trend in that most of them with just average toning or no toning at all sold for deep discounts. The only thing that sold well is really super tone coins, made the original buyer money, but otherwise he lost a ton of money from when he purchased them. So let's jump into some of these examples. First, I got to start out with perhaps the most impressive Washington quarter known. It's a 68 plus with the CAC. I didn't look. I don't know how many 68 pluses exist, but it is rare. There's definitely some 68s, plenty of 67 pluses, but not many 68 pluses. You throw a CAC. So this is a true monster coin here. Sold for 43,200. There is no comparisons on this one, but I just have to pay respect and homage to this amazing coin. Next up is a 48 Denver. I'd recommend going and looking at here the top pop 32 Denver and San Francisco, which are the key dates. Those sold well below where you would expect them to, but I just wanted to show the sampling here. This is a 48 Denver. And the interesting thing about this one, actually, it kind of bucks the trend I'm talking about in that it sold above PCGS price guide, but look where he bought it in April of 2012. He paid $8,050, and price guide today is $1,850, and this sold above that. So you'll notice that's not normal across what I'm going to show you here. But the important note here, this is a pop 24 with none finer. When he bought this in 2012, it was a pop 2 with none finer. This is always what they warn you about when buying high grade modern, where it's all about the grade. It's very dangerous, where the eye appeal is just average on this coin. And you think about it, since 2012, they've essentially found another 22 of these and taken that PCGS price guide from roughly $10,000 back in 2012 down to $1,850. So, youch. Jumping to the 52D, it's a 67 plus. This coin did not have a previous sale on record, so I don't know what he paid for it specifically. As you could see, this sold for $4,560 when the price guide was $18,500, and more importantly, there was a comparable sale in June of 2019 for $21,150. This thing went for insanely cheap compared to what it should be going for. In my opinion, it's all because of that eye appeal. That's the one trend I keep noticing, that the idea of buying grades for registry sets seems to be perhaps dying, and people are focused more on eye appeal. Eye appeal is what's winning right now. And honestly, this is not an appealing toner. And yes, it's pop 7 on finer, but oof, it sold ugly. Jumping to the 56 Philly, a 67 plus. This one was one of the few good ones. And as you can see, the eye appeal is pretty good. I'd qualify this as a A- toner. It's got some nice color to it. A pop 14, one finer, and it sold for $4,560, which is crushing the PCGS price guide. So again, it kind of tells you the trend of nice eye appeal sells good. Bad eye appeal, regardless of grade, does not sell well. 56 Denver, this one, 67 plus CAC, as you can see, sold for $4,200. Well below where he paid for in January of 2019. He bought it for $8,400. That got cut in half, and I'm assuming that I'm not even taking out the 20% buyer's premium. So he really lost about 65, 70% on this coin. And there was a comparable sale, though, in October 2020. So in terms of recent comps, I guess it was in line. Jump into the Mint State 68. He had a handful of these. This is a pop 1 none finer. And this is, again, one of the few that he actually made money on. He sold it for 11,400. I think the eye appeal is nice. Again, probably an A- toner in my opinion, but he bought it well. There's no PCGS price guide because it's top pop. Although really, given that this exact coin sold for 7,800, you'd think PCGS would just call that the price guide. 61D and Mistake 67. There really is no toning at all. It's a blast white. As you can see, it sold for $2,640, which is well below those three and even below the recent comp in March of 20, which was also a blast white Washington quarter. This one, yeah, this surprised me because I thought the toning was pretty good. This is one of those tonings that you either love it or hate it because of the dark, almost black-like toning on the reverse. It definitely has some color, a little bit of rain. You might be able to call this a rainbow toner. As you can see, it sold for 7,800, which is way below PCGS price guide, previous sale, and even the recent comp in August of 20. And the last one I have to show you, 64 Denver and Mint State 68. Again, this is pretty nice toning. Again, I'd probably call this A- in terms of the appeal. And maybe it was the last one, and the bidders were kind of panicking, but they pushed this one way up to 38,400 versus the price guide. You can see the exact coin sold for 27,000. I did not include all of the ugly ones. I'd say about 80% of his coins sold well below where he paid and below the PCS price guide. I just wanted to pull out the most interesting ones towards the end. That is all I have. Thanks for watching.